Hello everybody, New Manchester here, back with another video, and I want to follow up with the previous video of my experiences with women in my life. Well, I can name them all. Let's see. There's Amy, Christy. Let's see. Ryoko from college, and let's see, Amanda, Nikki, and Lauren. Actually, Amy and Christy were from junior high. Ryoko was from college. Nikki was from high school, and let's see. Amanda was from my first job at a grocery store, and then that's about it. Well, I didn't talk much about Ryoko. I met her in college, and I did something that was weird and stupid, and I didn't want to. Well, it was weird, but it kind of angered her. I asked her a question about something. The question I asked her was pretty stupid. It was a stupid ass question, and I kind of drove her away. But when I first met her, I met her in art class. I was in art class. We were like drawing like pictures of skeletons, bushes, and people in magazines. I looked up at her, and she smiled at me all the time. She smiled at me, and she liked me, and she wanted to get to know me. And yeah, and I had some candy in my pocket, and I talked to her, and I gave her some I offered her some candy, and she said yes, and she took it, and we talked, and I said something that angered her, and that kind of killed it all. She could have been my girlfriend and all, but she was. I think she was an exchange student. I think she was from Japan. I think, and she spoke perfectly good English. And my dad kind of brainwashed me and told me that that women like her aren't interested in me. They don't like me because of what I am, and they like rich guys, and I didn't fit the bill and all this. And hearing them say that, they want me because I have some money. I'm just gonna say this. Women like that are called gold diggers, and I didn't get to know her very well, and I said something dumb that just drove her away from me. Yeah. Well, I'm in my car, and making this video, and I'm at this picnic area along a major freeway called I-20. Well, I'm between Longview and Tyler and Eastern Texas, and you can see you can't see it's raining outside, and yeah, I had to find a place to make this video. I couldn't make it at my home because I got someone with me, and that person who's living with me is a complete and utter nutcase, and I can't say anything to that person. They just tell me to do something. I just keep my mouth shut and don't say anything at all, and don't want to start any arguments and all, because that person is like loaded on different types of medication, overweight, and that person passed out, almost died, and came back to life. And I'm not gonna tell you who this person is, but and this person is really, really annoying. Ask me to do something every like 1 or 2 seconds, and confuses me, and just say a lot of just crazy things and just dumb things that just don't add up. Yeah. Um, gonna actually this is not what this video is about. This video is about different generations. You got the baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, and the upcoming Generation Y generation. Okay, I'm gonna start with the baby boomers. The baby boomers, they're the generation that worked hard, that busted their butts, that made something of themselves, and I think that's something that's completely missing from the millennial generation, and I'm part of that millennial generation as well. Yeah. Also the Gen Xers, I think people bash the Gen Xers because they say that they're just mystery generation and they're just lazy and all. And Generation X, I think that's the generation that Winston Wu and Yeager from Yeager the Russian, his Yeager the Russian YouTube channel, I think that's the generation those two guys are from. You got the millennial generation, and a lot of people like bash the millennial generation because, well, they say that they're lazy, and some say they don't know how to cook, and some say that I watched a video from Sly Jones, and he talked about millennials are ruthless and they'll cut the friendship with you if you say something that they don't like, and they'll just end the friendship with you just like that at the snap of a finger. I mean, just like that. Just like that. They'll just end the friendship just like that, and they don't want to have anything to do with you. That's just lame. Like, you just gonna stop being friends with someone because they just said something to you that they don't like? I mean, can you just forgive them and just move on? Like, I guess they can't do that. And also I heard that they won't. Also heard from Sly Jones that they won't take care. They won't take care of the old elderly people. Old people. I mean, if you're old and sick, they don't want to take care of you. They don't want to have anything to do with you. They just dump you in the old folks' home and just forget all about you. And and Sly Jones also pointed out that the reason why the millennials are like this, because the Gen Xers, like, I think didn't like raise them well. They just let them watch TV. They just did nothing with them, and that's why they're the way they are. Speaking of millennials, like, I remember I went to this convenience store to buy some snacks and something to drink. Junk food crap. I mean, I eat very little of it, and I try to eat healthy. Anyway, when I got to the cash register, like, there was this guy. He had like a big afro and all, big poofy afro and all, and like he didn't smile, didn't like talk to me or nothing, like didn't ask me like how, didn't smile or anything, and yeah, and that's just part of the antisocialness and cliquishness of the U.S. And he just ignored me, and like a lot of guys are like him as well. Men and women like him are like him as well, And it's just like, I mean, it's just weird, like, and there was this girl, I mean, who worked at this McDonald's. And my dad was pastor of a church, and he ordered some at this McDonald's at this city called Pittsburgh, and he ordered some breakfast at McDonald's for, like, for him and my mom, and I went there and I ordered something for myself, and when he got to the drive-through, there was this girl who was from this church he was pastor of, and she didn't even recognize him. She didn't say hi, Reverend so and so or nothing. She just acted like he just didn't like he was just someone else, and acted like he was a stranger. And like it's just weird. Like, I mean, you know him. Like, why won't you say anything to him? Like, that's just strange. Thanks to Winston Wu and his happier abroad and happier abroad that he runs, I'm viewing this country in a very different way, and I'm viewing where I live here in East Texas as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I I just you know this is I mean just like Sly Jones says, America is a strange, strange place, and he's right about that. And he's kind of harsh on other things as well. I in the previous video I told y'all that I left a comment on one of his videos on his YouTube channel, and he blocked me. You know, and I think this guy, I'm listening to the way he talks. I think he has ADHD. That's what I think. And I don't like to deal with people with ADHD. I mean, I dealt with a lot of like black men with ADHD, and they're annoying. I mean, they're hard to talk to and they're hard to work with. I mean, they're just difficult people, and they're just people I just don't care for. And I got my hair. I remember I was getting my hair cut at this barber shop. I always go to this barber shop. I always talk to the barber. The barber who cut my hair knew my brother before he got killed in a car accident. And I was talking to him. He was he's kind of odd, but he's easy to talk to. But he's kind of older. And there was this guy at the barber shop, and he's kind of old, and he has a pot belly, a beer belly gut, and he just ran his mouth non-stop. And I didn't say anything. I just minded my own business. He was talking to everybody, and he asked me, "Wow, well, you quiet. You don't say anything. You don't say nothing. You don't say anything. You don't say anything. You don't say anything." And I tried to say something, and him and everybody just kept talking. I just kept my mouth shut. I mean, they're just a bunch of difficult people to talk to. I mean, I know one thing, that Americans are the most difficult people to deal with, and they are. And I also know something about the Canadians. I mean, if you talk to them, like, they won't talk back to you. And like, I think I got some comments from some Canadians from one of my videos. I think one of them is titled "Why Living in Canada Sucks," which was a post by Will Dorm that I read, and I got like about 12 comments on that video. I got about a bunch of views on it, more views than the other videos on my channel. I think one of them told me about Canada is a feminine, messed up country, and they have hate speech laws. I think I left a comment for that person, and I don't think they commented me back. And so, yeah. And then Canada kind of shares the same thing as the US, anti-socialness and cliquishness, and nobody doesn't want to talk to you. Everybody won't be left alone in a bubble. And I think I read on that post from Will Dorm that people have very cold personalities, especially the girls. And he talked about the girls and the women are overweight, have tattoos, and they drink a lot. And they smoke marijuana, and marijuana, by the way, is legal in Canada. I don't care for smoking weed. I mean, I kind of joke in the past about smoking weed. Smoke weed and get faded and get laid out. Yeah. see a lot of weird stuff like rainbow colored like lizards and and people running around all over the place screaming and screaming and shit. Yeah. But I think marijuana is just used for like medicinal purposes, like for treating chronic illnesses, and I think it'll help people. I think it will help people who have epileptic seizures. And I believe Wrestling Jesus, a YouTuber who lives in Canada, did a video and said that he had epilepsy. And I think also the singer Prince, who passed away back in 2016 over an opioid overdose, he has epilepsy. Yeah. I think it'd be good to have marijuana legal in here in America, but here it's legal, and it's illegal. And if you caught having it in your car, you get arrested. I think having that illegal will like reduce like will stop like I think we'll put drug dealers out of business. I don't know, but I think it will stop the black market and all. Yeah, it will stop the black market. And cause I heard Kyle Kalinske on Secular talk about this. I don't hardly ever listen to the guy. Actually, I used to listen to him on Blog Talk Radio. I took my Samsung Galaxy 3 Android Internet tablet. Took an auxiliary input jack, and I plugged it into the auxiliary input of my Wood Music Center home stereo, which is basically just basically a turntable. Actually, basically it's a wooden thing with it has a turntable, a CD player / CD recorder, it has a cassette player, it has the record player, and has an auxiliary input jack and an AM/FM radio. I plugged my tablet into it, and I listened to him on Blog Talk Radio, and the tablet just played through the speakers of my Wood Music Center, and I had some really decent radio, which is way better than the garbage that's on FM AM radio right now. Yeah, I think nobody listens to FM AM radio anymore, and some say Sirius XM satellite radio isn't good, but Sirius XM satellite radio it has a lot of stations, on a lot of channels to choose from. You have a wide range of news, talk, sports, music, comedy, everything. It's all that, but I think the subscription is very expensive. And but I think it's worth having. And the best part of it is you can listen to people like Tom Hartman, who's not right wingish at all, and just tells the truth about this country. I kind of blasted Winston Wu's videos on the on my Wood Music Center, like have him like on radio form, which is really cool. That'll be something like him getting his message of Happier Abroad to everybody on the radio. That'll be something. I don't know. I think people won't listen to it. People will say that he's a kook and all. I think ratings will go down, and I think it'll be booted off the radio. I think it's because people in America just don't have a brain, and they just don't have a clue, and all, and a lot of them have ADHD and very uneducated. But not all Americans are like this. Like there's small pockets of Americans that have a brain that has a common sense, and I'm one of them. Yeah. Yeah, let's see what else I want to talk about. Let's see. Yeah, you notice I'm wearing sunglasses. I'm just wearing them because because no, yeah, I'm just wearing them because I want to wear them. You know, I can't wear sunglasses while I'm driving. I have to wear eyeglasses, and that kind of suck, really. I wish I can get laser vision correction surgery and I can just wear sunglasses and drive. When the sun is out and the sun is shining through your eyes, you can wear sunglasses. You wear sunglasses and they will like keep the sun out of your eyes. I'm just wearing them just to do this video. I know, just give you people something to look at. I guess you people got tired looking at those black screens, just hearing my voice and just have a black screen. And Winston Wu sent a comment and asked me, who are you? Why won't you show your face? I told him why I don't want to show my face, because I saw a YouTuber by the name of Scotty3861. He's a guy from England. He does really good videos about MGTOW, women, and music, and in video games. I used to play video games, but I don't play them anymore. And speaking of video games, Doc G on this video that he goes by the username of DocG07. He used to go by the name of Damn This Place 07, but he just goes by DocG07 now. He changed his username, and I saw him in my channel subscription on my YouTube channel subscription on my YouTube channel. He talked about he was telling real men are dying off, and stop playing video games and be real men. And he talked about the women today are bashing his godson, saying that his godson has a small penis, and bashing them and all that. And yeah, I kind of agree with him. Real men are dying off. That small penis thing, that just cheap. I mean, it was kind of funny back in the day, but it's kind of cheap. Yeah, I mean, it was funny back then, but it's not funny now. The small penis jokes and all. I guess people today don't find that funny. I don't know what people nowadays find funny now, because I watch TV. I don't watch these TV shows now, but some of these television shows are just kind of lame, like Modern Family. I saw a guy on there, Ed O'Neill. He used to play he used to play the character Al Bundy from Married with Children. Yeah, I kind of like Married with Children, and Ed O'Neill, he was awesome in that show. He was. I mean, but now look at him in Modern Family. He's just a shell of his former self. I don't watch these new television shows, and most of them are reality shows. A lot of them are just garbage. I don't even bother watching them because they all suck. And I think I watched a couple episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim Kardashian and her mother and her sisters, Khloe Kardashian. I remember watching one episode. They were fighting and going crazy over this customized car, I think. Now I saw an episode of Bruce Jenner after he was transformed from a man to a woman. Me and my sister watched the show. Well, I'm not into it. I don't care for it. I just watch a few episodes and that's it. I'm not a fan of that show. And and my sister looked at Bruce Jenner and he said this, like, oh my God, he is the most ugliest man I've ever seen. And I said, that guy looks, he doesn't even look like a woman. I mean, I mean, he doesn't have the characteristics of a woman. I mean, he just looks like he just looks like a guy in drags than a woman. Yes, I mean, and speaking of, and Kanye West, I mean, I kind of feel sorry for Kanye West. A lot of people in the black community like bashed him because of what he said. He talked about stuff like slavery among the black slaves was a choice. And I think I commented on Man Beast Morris's video that he did on Kanye West, and the guy and Man Beast Morris just bashed him. And I left a comment. I mean, my username was New Manchester 81. I just changed it to just simply New Manchester. Okay. I left a comment on it. I said it. I don't remember what I said, and Man Beast Morris sent me a comment, and he told me he explained about something about slavery was a choice, was it not, or this, and he says something, and I kind of agree with him on that, and that's about it. It's kind of funny. I don't know if he just doing these videos just to be funny, or he just being real. I don't know. So I sent him a comment saying that like he's a smart guy, and like all people like him in the ghetto aren't that bad. And I think he didn't send me a comment at all. And I used to subscribe to his channel, but I unsubscribed to him now because I don't know, like he just like I don't know. He claims he's real and all, but I think he is. I think he's not into the mainstream garbage like everybody else is. I don't know. But I just unsubscribed to his channel. I also unsubscribed to Sly Jones like after he blocked me. So yeah. 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 I'm gonna be going overseas again soon. I'm going just simply to the UK, and I think I'm just gonna do a walking tour. Like no, not a walking tour. I'm just gonna just stay. I think stay at a hotel in London and just walk around London. And I gotta and walking around London. I gotta be careful because there's a lot of stabbings and pickpocketings going on, and I gotta be aware of the queue. It's gotta be aware of the queue, and also I'm gonna be catching a train from the United Kingdom to France, and I'm heading to Paris. So yeah, and going back to the queue, I mean, well, I'm gonna compare the queue to standing in line at stores here in America. Well, especially like here in Texas where I live. I noticed this I noticed this. Okay, I stand in line. I was standing in line at a store. I was paying for something. A guy in front of me, an old guy in front of me, he turned and started talking to me. And I heard that foreigners look at that and they say that that's weird, and they find it like you turning to them in line and talking to them is considered weird. And if this guy did this in the UK, I mean, I bet nobody won't talk to him. I mean, I don't know. They'll just look at him like he's nuts, or they'll just ignore him. So I don't know how the British people are going to react to him. So yeah, I think if I'm, in the UK, I'm probably ain't gonna like. Nobody probably ain't gonna talk to me anyway there, Cause I heard that the people in London are rude. They'll walk all over you. They'll knock you down. I mean, that's what I heard, and so so I'm gonna be lucky. I'm gonna be lucky if I run across a British person who wants to talk to me. I don't know about France, but yeah. 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 You know. Yeah. You know. Also, I want to talk about just talk about Barry. Yet, I'm gonna talk about something else. Basically, I'm gonna talk about something else. But I want to talk about this. I remember I went Christmas shopping with my parents to Dallas. We went to a lot of stores. Well, not just in Dallas. We went to a Burlington Coat Factory in Mesquite. Then we went to another Burlington Coat Factory at the Grapevine Mills Mall in Grapevine, and also at the Grapevine Mills Mall, we went to we went to Ross, a shoe store. I didn't want to go in there. I just want to stay out in the car. So I locked the doors because I know like a lot of like car break-ins go on, Then after that, we went to before we went to the Grapevine Mills Mall, we went by Fry's Electronics. And my parents went to look around and to get something, I know something about inside Fry's Electronics, like the people there, the employees there were very weird. They were very weird. So okay, I remember I got something there, something like software, like and I went to these employees, and I went to ask them. I said, hey, can I pay for this here? And they just immediately just shut me down by telling me I can't pay for this here. I just turned around and walked away quickly, Then I went to the checkout counter. There was this guy there. He was like fat and overweight. And he didn't smile at all. He looked weird looking, and the way he would talk, he like, okay, yes sir, yes sir. Sorry. And yeah, he was like talking like this, like I couldn't talk to him. Like if I tried to talk to him about it, so how you doing? Like he probably didn't smile and didn't want to talk to me at all. He was a weirdo, And here in Texas, people are weird here, and they are weird and crazy and just stupid. And speaking of weird and crazy and stupid here in Texas, I watched a YouTube video of an attorney. It was a black guy. He got pulled over by this Texas highway patrolman. And this Texas highway patrolman, he did this racial profiling thing, and he kept interrupting the poor guy, and they let him talk, and the attorney he wasn't that smart. He wasn't that smart at all, and the cop that pulled him over wasn't that smart at all either. He was just some dumb redneck, and he told me, "Oh, you can't search my car. I don't want you to search my car because I'm standing up for my rights, and you don't care for it." He said, "What do you think I don't want to stand up for your rights?" And that cop was rotten, and he just want to do that racial profiling thing at all. So he brought out the dog, and another cop that brought the dog out to search the car and look in the trunk and all. And he didn't find anything, and the cop had him sign a paper about the consent of searching or something like that, and he just let him go. Actually, he pulled him over because he accused him of driving in the breakdown lane on the highway, and he wasn't driving on the breakdown lane of the highway. So that traffic stop was that was conducted by this highway patrolman was just racial profiling. You know, you know. Speaking of him, he's part of the no, he's part of the Texas Highway Patrol branch of the Texas Department of Public Safety and all. And I know some about the people of the Texas Highway Patrol. You know, they got this, like, I don't know, it's like they got this superiority complex where they put themselves on a higher pedestal from regular cops like city police officers and deputy sheriffs. It's like they just put themselves on a higher pedestal. And also they got a YouTube channel and they disable the comments and they have no subscribers at all. And I mean, why would you disable the comments? Like, let the citizens hear from you and let them subscribe to you. Also, you get new officers who want to join your organization, who want to be a highway patrolman like you. I mean, they'll start out as subscribers and get into what you guys are into, but they just disable the comments and they have no subscribers at all. And some of the people here in Texas, especially poor people, trashy people, just hate them. And the families of these officers, like, they just talk highly of them like they're some kind of elite police force or something. And all they are is just regular, like, ordinary traffic cops. That's all they are. That's all they are. And you know, this Texas independent country streak and this state pride and talking about you're Texas, you're part of Texas and Texans. It's all sickening to me. It makes me sick. And you know, I know some of you don't want to hear this. You know, I mean, talking about Texas is just a waste of time anyway. I mean, this state is a joke. It's just not worth talking about at all. You know. And you know, I remember this congressman by the name of Alston Hastings. I mean, it was just hearing about about repealing the Affordable Care Act, which a lot of people called Obamacare, and there was this congressman from Texas. His name is Michael Burgess, and Alston Hastings called Texas a crazy state because the congressman from Texas, Michael Burgess want to take the health care away from the poor rural citizens of Texas, you know, and some live in the city as well. Poor people live in the city as well, and a lot of them. Also, but actually, all of them actually. After he called Texas a crazy state, he tried to explain like why Texas is crazy. He was going to talk about the policies, and I think this person interrupted him. And Michael Burgess said this. So I said, the gentleman made inflammatory remarks about my state. I'm not going to stand here and listen to it. And Alston Hastings said this, and it was kind of weird. And he says this. He said, fine, you don't have to listen. You can choose to leave if you want. I told you what I think about Texas. I wouldn't live there for all the tea in China. And that's how I feel. It was kind of funny and true. I think then after that, he got calls from people from Texas. I think it was this woman who called and told Alston Hastings that because of his comments about Texas and all, she said that she was going to cancel her trip to Disney World, which was kind of silly. Like, you going to call this man and tell him that? Are you on crack? That man don't want to hear that shit. I mean, I think Alston Hastings, like, he tried to explain why he called Texas crazy. And I think the governor at the time, Rick Perry, he's an idiot. he said this, a liberal congressman from Texas said that Texans are crazy. Yeah, we are crazy about jobs. I'm like, I mean, you don't know what this guy is talking about. Like, he wasn't saying that everybody in Texas is crazy. Not really. Like, there's some nut cases here. I live here. I know. Not everybody. Not everybody here is crazy. There's some nut cases here. Some are nuts. Some aren't. Some are a bunch of weirdos. And I think going back to the congressman from Texas was I think he's a congressman from Dallas. I think his name is Michael Burgess. I mean, after what Alstein Hastings said, I mean, the Texas is a crazy state statement, and he said this. I think Michael Burgess said this. There's no. I don't see the value in someone saying bad things about the people, the governor of Texas. There's no. I mean, there's. I don't see the value of this, and there's no. I mean, I don't see the value of this, and I'm gonna await the gentleman's apology. And Alstein Hastings fired back and said this: "You can wait until hell freezes over for me to say anything in an apology. I will apologize to you. If I was directing my comments to you, I was commenting about the policies in the state that you represent. Now, I'm not gonna apologize." And I heard this and I said, wow, that's amazing. He's right about that, you know. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna add this to what Alstein Hastings said. I mean, I know a lot of you don't want to hear this, and I probably ain't gonna get any likes or dislikes on these videos. On this video, I'm probably gonna get any comments. In future videos, I'm not gonna talk about Texas and politics anymore. I don't want to talk about this. I have no interest in this. No, anyway, I'm not gonna tell you about. I think I said in a video about like the problems that Texas is going through, and and Texas is part of the United States. The entire country has problems, a lot of problems. You got YouTubers like Yeager the Russian and Winston Wu from Happier Abroad talking about how this country is. You got a lot of foreigners who say how messed up this country is as well. And Winston, speaking of foreigners, Winston pointed out in one of his videos that like foreigners come to America just to get a job and just to make money and leave. I mean, they didn't come here for freedom and like people in America, like some people in America like to boast and brag about, this is America, freedom this, freedom that. Like, I don't have the freedom to do anything in this country. I can't do nothing. I can't go for a walk. I can't go outside and go for a walk. I mean, I tried that. I mean, my dad ate me alive about this and said I was nuts when I was doing this, and said I was going to get hurt and get hit by a car and all this because, the drivers here in Texas are just nuts. I remember a guy who had Down syndrome. He's older than me. He rode his bicycle on this road that ran alongside this freeway, and some guy in a white van hit him, and he was in critical condition, and he was rushed to the hospital. And I think the authorities went to his hospital room and asked him who who hit him, and he said a white van, and he couldn't explain who hit him because he didn't know. And after that, he died. And I heard his death on the radio, on a radio station I was listening to at the time. I think it was called like KISX 107.3 FM. It's an urban soul and R&B station. You know, I used to listen to the Steve Harvey show on it. I don't listen to Steve Harvey anymore because he's a guy that caters to women and he doesn't care about men. So yeah. So I heard the death of the guy who had Down syndrome, who was hit by a bicycle, and he lived in Liberty City, where I live, and say that he was nice and kind, and yeah. Also, I want to add to this, like I knew him. I don't barely remember him. I used to go to school with him. I remember I did some things to him. I kind of shouted and yelled at him and talked down to him. Like, I kind of felt bad about him. Well, it's because of the fact that, like, it was the toxic, messed up environment here in America that drove me to be like this, be like that. And I'm not like that anymore. Thanks to going overseas and Winston Wu. I want to thank Winston Wu again for this, for changing me and making me be aware of how America is. And, I can't go overseas. I can't move overseas. I wish, because, I'm unemployed at the moment. I'm looking for a job, and I can't get a job because, I can't get a job that pays me more. If I get a job where I work full time and make way too much money, I'll get taken off of the things that I am on right now. And I don't want to explain to you about this, and it's kind of weird and it makes no sense, and it makes, yeah. No, I really don't want to talk about. I don't really want to talk about it at all. Let's see. Trying to think here. Yeah. Also, he also, I remember when I was in high school. When I was a teenager, I always wanted to live in Beverly Hills, California. I always wanted to live there because it's nice there. You got Rodeo Drive, and you got those big, expensive, nice homes there. Like, I probably couldn't afford to live there. Yeah, I told my dad about it, and he told me to go for it, and didn't go for it at all because I got fired from like all 3 previous jobs that I had. There was this nutcase manager. I mean, the job that I worked at a grocery store, and working at a grocery store, it's just insane. It's crazy. The people there are just, the work environment there is just, it's insane. It's nuts. I guess I'm here in Texas. Here in Texas, it's just so crazy here. Now, I worked at this grocery store. It's just so crazy there, and it drove me to do things that I didn't want to do, and it cost me my job. And the same thing happened to me on my second job at TJ Maxx, and the same thing happened on my third job at Walmart. At Walmart, I was picked on. I was like made fun of, and people talked trash about me, say that I was slow at stocking, and it took me a long time. In all 3 of those jobs, I kind of lost it. And here I am, unemployed and trying to find a job. And Winston Wu, he kind of he kind of he kind of told the truth about this, that the problem, the toxic environment here in America will bring out the worst in you, and it brought out the worst in me as well. And that's why I got fired from all three of my previous jobs, because, well, it's the people that drove me to be the way that I am, to make me do things that I regret. It's them. I mean the problem is not me, it's them. And in Western society teaches us to blame ourselves. Like, well, here in America, they just teaches us to blame ourselves if somebody drove us nuts and all. Also, I think that's the reason why people like Elliot Rodgers and George Soudini and that Santa Fe shooter did the things that they did. And also going back to that Cruz guy, the shooter at that Stoneman Douglas High School, and Sly Jones did a video of him, and he talked about that he was lonely and he couldn't find no one to talk to, and that's why he went on that shooting rampage. And I saw a video of him. I saw a video of the Stoneman Douglas High shooter, something Cruz, whatever his name is. Yeah, Nicholas Cruz. Yeah, I think he was wearing a hospital gown. He was interrogated, and he was asked a bunch of questions from the police officer who was interrogating him. Then his brother came in, and Nicholas Cruz just broke down and started crying. And I see this because, well, the guy was alone and he didn't have no one to talk to, and he was just in a toxic environment. And I saw a magazine that showed a picture of all the girls from who went to Stoneman Douglas High School with Nicholas Cruz, and they were all posing. They had their hands up and all, and it was just sickening. I mean, and people like that didn't give a damn about about Nicholas Cruz hurting inside. I think I did a video about them being the future of this country and all, and I got a dislike, and I deleted that video. That video was garbage anyway, and I was just kissing the ass of these girls, and these girls are just complete garbage. This new generation isn't going to be as better as the millennial generation at all. Just more crops of just another batch of antisocial, weird, messed up in the head Americans. Yeah. Yeah, I just shake my head at all this. I mean, I don't think it'd be best. I think it just makes me want to just ignore all this bullshit and just go overseas. And I won't hear about this shit ever again. I'll probably be in a country where where people can talk to me. I can talk to them. I can socialize with them, and it doesn't matter what generation they're from. I can talk to all of them. And I'll probably get a girlfriend out of this, but that won't happen here. So yeah. Wow, yeah. I did this video without the black screen, and I'm talking to you guys face to face. You guys see my face, and I'm wearing, and I'm, and Brian, and I got a comment from Brian Deebs, and he said that I'm a good-looking guy, and he can't understand why come I don't have a girlfriend, and I'll tell you why. Like, I tried talking to these girls where I live, and some of them just give me a dirty look and don't want to talk to me, like I'm disgusting, like I smell, and they just got this look and tell me, "Oh, get the hell away from me." And there's some of them act like I'm too good for. They act like I'm weird and I'm a pervert. I'm creepy and all this garbage. You know, and also, it doesn't matter how good looking I am. Like, I come face to face with these women. It doesn't matter. Like, especially the Mexican ones here in Texas. Like, I don't know. I've been around some of them. A lot of them don't give a damn how good I look. That goes for the white ones and the black ones as well. Well, actually, one black, there was one from Texarkana. Well, it's Texarkana is a city, and it's a city that's sitting on the state line between Texas and Arkansas. Like, you got one part that's in southwestern Arkansas, you got one part that's in northeastern Texas, and to me, Texarkana is kind of a weird city to me because it's in two different states. It's just a weird city to me. So yeah, it's kind of weird to me, you know. you know, if I live in that city, I'm gonna live on the Arkansas side, because I'm just sick of Texas. I just don't like it here. Well, anyway, there was this girl at this church that my dad was like pastor of. He used to be pastor of, and she went and asked my mother, what's my name and am I single? And my mother didn't say, she don't know, and she don't know. Like, I wasn't aware of her like having interest in me. Yeah. Also, so I forgot to mention this. So there was this girl that I went to that me and my dad went to this church to, and she liked me. Her name was Alice. This was like when I was in high school, and she liked me, and she went up to my dad and asked my dad about me, and she want to talk. She want to get to know me, and all that. And then Allison, she was kind of cute. She was black, and she just walked up to me and shook my hand and walked away. I think she was kind of shy. It was a big shock for me of a black girl liking me, and most of the black women, most of the black girls I was around, some like acted shitty around me, some picked on me, and yeah, I remember I went to this job program, and one of them threw ice cubes at me because I accidentally pulled this fire alarm because I was dusting around this fire alarm because I was some employee in training. It was just this program to teach kids about what it's like to work at a real job. And yeah, I was picked on by one of them, and I kind of ran to one of them. One of them worked at this Whataburger fast food place, and one of them called me cousin all the time. And I'm like, I'm not your cousin. I don't even know you. Who are you? Yeah, there's a lot of weirdos and nutcases and just idiots here. Yeah. I think if I lived in Beverly Hills, California, lived in live overseas, Yeah, well, speaking of overseas, not the countries that are tyrannical dictatorships like Saudi Arabia and North Korea. I mean, I'm definitely not going to go to those countries, because I remember I was seeing all those therapists, and I told the therapist about I want to go overseas and leave America. I think I told my dad this. My dad said that told me that, oh, if you go to North Korea or Saudi Arabia, they don't have rights, they don't have freedom and all this stuff. And I think a Canadian told me about Canada. Canada has like anti-speech laws. If you say something that break the anti-speech laws in Canada, like you'll be arrested. You know, I think I'm aware of that, you know. No, you know, I'm just saying that, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not gonna go to Canada. I'm not going to that country because that country's garbage. I mean, the guy who told me about Canada, he said if I go there, I'll be miserable there and I'll turn gay and be with the men. And I said, I'm not gonna turn gay. I'm straight. I like women. Okay. I think these women who are turning these men gay in Canada are just garbage. Like, I mean, they need to get over themselves. I mean, those Canadian women, they just need to piss off, all of them. Piss off. Revert, go back to being real women and let these guys get better and return back to their real selves. But that's not gonna happen. But I think it's up to these Canadian men to grow a set and take on these unruly, trashy, worthless, no good Canadian women. Okay, in Quebec, I mean, and they want to separate from Canada because they hate English speakers because they don't speak French. I said I was going to learn how to speak French, but I'm not going to learn how to speak French because of them. I mean, I think those people in Quebec, I think the Quebecois need just let it go. Just stop hating the English speakers. I think the English speakers need to stop hating the French speakers. I think they need to just get along. I mean, because they live in the same country. They're Canadian through and through, And, I understand that the British hate the French. I understand that the French and the British and the French hate each other. I understand that. But, they need to let that shit go and they just need to be a country. But it's up to all the Canadians up there to, it's up to them. It just blow all this bullshit over and just be normal countrymen. But it is what it is, This video, whoa, I think I talked over. Whoa. Well, I'm gonna end this video by saying this. This is the new Manchester saying this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.